Hi everyone, my name is Jeremy and this is RetroFat. Today I am reacting to an episode of Just the 10 of Us. This is the 7th episode of Season 2, 11th episode overall. This episode is called The Unkindest Cut of All. Directed by Frank Bonner, who of course played Father Hargus. Written by Rich Reinhardt, who is not in this episode, I don't think, but we see him in future episodes. I'll point him out whenever we do see him. This episode first aired on December 9th, 1988 with 16.4 million viewers. It was number 50 in the Nielsen ratings this week with an 11.4 rating and a 19 share. So just a reminder, because I always get them mixed up. The 11.4 rating means that 11.4% of all households were watching this episode that night, which is pretty wild, I think. I think that a little bit more than 1 in 10 American households were watching Just the 10 of Us that night. TV shows would kill for these kind of ratings today, but streaming, of course, has changed that landscape. And let me also point out, these are good ratings for such a new show at this time of night. Full House, which went on for 8 seasons and aired earlier that night at 8 Eastern, had a 15.2 share and a 26 rating. So, and again, at a much friendlier time shot and also established at that point. So this show was performing great. And clearly this audience of us who still like it almost 40 years later, proof of that. So let's jump into the episode.
Elizabeth, I'm home.
Hi, honey. Be right there. How was your day?
I'm quitting teaching.
Good. It'll give you more time to spend with your own kids.
Oh, you're right. I'd be a fool to quit.
Don't spoil your appetite. And remember, Graham, you promised to cut back to 1 beer a day.
I remember.
Sherry, honey, it's for your own good.
But I don't want to go to this stupid dentist.
But it's time for your checkup.
But my teeth are fine. Ask JR. I almost took his ear off.
Graham, listen to your daughter.
I'd rather not.
Graham.
Sherry, you can't go through life avoiding pain. Now, what if I had done that? I never would have married your mother. I'm not finished, Elizabeth. I never would have had 7 kids.
8.
Really?
I'm not worried about the pain. I just don't want to look for trouble.
Trouble?
Dentists and doctors are all the same. They keep their bank accounts healthy by making sure you're sick.
Where did you hear nonsense like that?
From you.
Sherry, honey, your dad was just trying to be funny. He didn't really mean it. No more than Johnny Carson means all those jokes about his ex-wives. Tell him.
Yeah, everybody knows Johnny and I are a couple of jokesters.
So now you're saying you don't think dentists and doctors are scum-sucking leeches?
No.
So if it was your turn to go to the dentist, you'd go?
Absolutely.
And if it's your dad's turn to get a physical, he'd go.
Absolutely.
Good. You have an appointment tomorrow at 3:30. Don't miss this one.
A few things. First of all, the gigantic beer out of the lunch brown bag was a fun gag. This was a nice role for Sherry. I do feel like this show didn't always seem to know what to do with Sherry and JR, so putting her in this kind of spot was good. It also fits in with the conniving I want to be like Wendy thing we see later. I also really enjoyed him forgetting that they had 8 kids, which has only been for 7 episodes that they have. So maybe when you have that many kids, I don't know, forget how to count. I also appreciate the reference to Johnny Carson, just because we know that Bill Kirchenbauer did know Johnny Carson. He's a pretty famous stand-up comedian, had done the set, had been on the Tonight Show several times. I'm pretty sure you can even see clips of Bill on the Tonight Show on YouTube. So that's just sort of a fun reference there. But yeah, this is going to be a good episode. I really like this one. It's one of those shenanigans that only happen in sitcoms, but it plays really well. So let's keep watching.
race and I know I can win it, 'cause I'm learning the rules of the game. If I can stay on the ball, take it minute by minute, I just might make the Hall of Fame. What can I say? I'm doing it the best I can. Leaning on nobody but me. Oh, seeing it from where I stand. Nothing comes easy. Oh, I'm always bringing home second places at the end of every one of my daisies. A house with all of the bases that keeps me doing it the best I can. Yeah, I'm doing it the best I can. I'll keep on doing it the best I can.
I'm not weaseling. I'm merely saying that I was tricked into agreeing to get this stupid physical, so it doesn't count.
Weasel, weasel.
That's not a weasel, that's a rabbit.
Oh, you would know what a weasel sounds like.
I'd like to talk to you a minute or two about you conning me in front of little Sherry.
Oh, I bet you would. Let's not talk about that till after you promise not to weasel, weasel.
What is with you? You won't get off this, will you?
Honey, it is obvious by the way you treat your body that you don't care about your health.
How can you say that?
Well, you promised me you'd lose some weight.
I did.
Where?
Well, how should I know? It's lost.
And what about 1 beer a day?
Well, what do you call this?
2 liters of Weasel brew. You won't be happy till you're dead and buried, will you? Will you?
Not if this keeps up.
Oh, Dad.
Yo, son.
So did you weasel out of your physical yet?
Sure, take it out on your kids.
Good idea.
Weasel, 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 weasel.
Elizabeth, I don't need some doctor giving me bad news.
What makes you so sure the doctor's gonna give you bad news?
You've practically got me at death's door.
Oh, honey, you're in great shape.
Then what do I need to see a doctor for?
Weasel.
Elizabeth, you remember my Uncle Adolf? In all of his 78 years, he never once went to a doctor. He was in great shape. And then his family finally convinced him to go to a doctor. 2 days later, he was dead.
Graham, he was hit by a car.
Well, who was driving the car? A doctor.
Okay, let's just forget the whole thing. I'm very, very sorry I upset you. Just sit down and relax. Oh, we're gonna have your favorite for dinner tonight. Roast weasel.
All right. Okay, I'll go.
You're just saying that because I want you to.
Oh, no, I'm very excited about it.
Good. You'll like Dr. Castanza. Everybody loves her.
Yeah. Her? Dr. Castanza's a woman?
Graham, what does that matter?
Oh, Elizabeth, you expect me to turn my head and cough for a woman?
And what is wrong with that?
Well, maybe I'm a little bit old-fashioned. But when I drop my pants, I like a man to be standing there.
All right, so we had JR come in with the Freddy shirt. I did not get a good look at which shirt it was. It was either 3 or 4, which, of course, Ethel Langenkamp was in 3. Brooke Theus was in Nightmare 4. I always love that. It's just a good touch, and it's so relevant for a 10-year-old boy at this time in the late 80s to have also had, a Nightmare on Elm Street shirt. I have to admit, I don't really like it when Graham and Elizabeth are at odds, just because I do. It's very sitcom tropey, but it doesn't fit them because they like each other, and I think most sitcom spouses don't. The difference here is that Elizabeth is doing it because she cares about him and she wants him to live a long time. Like, she's not just trying to give him grief the way other sitcoms would. She wants him to check on his health, so he'll be around for a long time. And I think that, if we look at it through that lens, that makes it a little nicer.
Doctor, how long will we have to wait for the results?
Oh, well, I think I can give you most of them now.
Oh, it sounds bad.
What is it?
Well, your blood pressure's excellent. Your triglyceride and cholesterol levels are fine, blood sugar fine, digestion fine. As for your heart and respiratory functions, they're great.
Well, what's the bad news?
You have no earthly right to be this healthy. I mean, look at you. You're overweight, you don't exercise. You're a living mockery of good health habits.
Oh, Graham, isn't it wonderful?
Yeah, all that dieting sure paid off.
I did find one problem that should be treated immediately.
What?
Your hemorrhoids.
Don't use that word in front of my wife.
I'm sorry, that's what they're called.
Well, we have to talk about them. Can't we call them something else?
All right. I've scheduled surgery for tomorrow afternoon for the removal of your yo-yos.
Okay, so Dr. Castanza is played by Pamela Broll. She was in 6 episodes of Growing Pains, and of course, we know that the producers of the show really liked, if they liked an actor, they frequently appeared on both shows, which I love that loyalty. But more impressively than that, at least I guess maybe more interesting for those of us in the Just the 10 of Us universe, she did the Just the 10 of Us screen test pilot. So not the pilot, but like a screen test with Bill Kirchenbauer, where she played his wife, Estelle Lubbock. And I know it's been there in the past. I'm not sure if it's still there, but I think you can watch this. It's about 10 minutes on Bill's YouTube channel. It's interesting. It is very different than the show we have now. We don't meet any of the kids. Kirk Cameron is in it, although I think that may just be from some Growing Pains footage. But regardless, it was just, I think the purpose of that screener test pilot type thing was to determine if Bill could carry a show on his own, which clearly he could. I'm not sure if she was ever intended to be Mrs. Lubbock or if she was just sort of a placeholder, because the purpose of the screen test was for Bill, as I understand it, not necessarily for her. But one other thing I have to mention, and this is something I'm remembering back from when I was a child, because I watched the show when it aired, and I remember this one. I didn't know what hemorrhoids were because the time I was 10. But when she called them a yo-yo, that confused me even more. And I think I was probably an adult, maybe USA Network airings, I figured it out, that I had no idea what hemorrhoids or a yo-yoectomy were. None of that. It was, yo-yoectomy comes up, I think, in the next scene. None of it made sense to me. In my brain, yo-yos made it seem much, much, much worse than what it actually was. So I thought he was going in for a major, terrible, life-altering procedure, not a simple outpatient surgery.
How can we go ice skating tomorrow when we're grounded? Well, that's why we're hiding our skates out here now, so that we can pick them up tomorrow on our way to confession. I don't want to go to confession. I want to go ice skating. Cindy, will you get this? For the 12th time, we say we're going to confession, but we're really going ice skating with Todd and Skip.
Oh. Well, the only way this can work is if we hide our skates out here.
Say, there's a thought. Graham, you're being silly.
I am not being silly. Not one word of this yo-yo deal to anyone.
But, honey...
Look, I agreed to have the surgery, didn't I? Can't you do this one little favor for me?
All right, yes. Yes, I can.
Good.
But I still think you're being silly.
Elizabeth, I'm a teacher. And once your students have anything on you, anything personal or embarrassing, you're a dead man.
Oh, Graham, you're exaggerating.
Oh, am I? Remember Erica Griffin, English teacher back at Dewey High? She was the best. Then the students found out about that jockey she married. After that, she couldn't go anywhere in the school without hearing, Last thing I heard, she was a stable girl in Jersey. That's just for marrying a runt who likes horses.
Can't we at least tell the kids about it?
No. That would be like sending a direct satellite feed to the Western world. See, tomorrow morning, we'll just announce that I'm going to a teachers' conference in San Francisco.
You're actually going to look them in the eye and tell them that?
Kids, get in here. Your mother has an announcement.
An announcement?
I never do it. Now, listen up. Your dad's getting ready to go to his
Teachers conference.
teacher's conference in San Francisco.
Kids, I'm just going for the day. But I want you to know that for some reason, if I don't come back, remember, I loved each and every one of you. And I ask you all to please never let your mother marry another man.
Graham, honey, the time.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to be late for my bus.
Oh, can I go with you to the bus station? I'd love to see you off.
Marie, we don't have time to go to the bus station. I've got to get your father to the I'm sorry. Travel makes me giddy.
What your mother means is I'm flying.
But you just said you were taking a bus.
It's an Airbus. It's kind of like a plane, except the seats smell bad.
Well, have a nice trip, Dad. And don't worry about us being grounded. I mean, take your time in San Francisco. Catch a drag show.
Okay, bye, kids.
Dad's acting weird.
He's your father. What do you expect?
Well, gee, Cindy, since we're grounded and we have nothing to do, what do you say this afternoon we head over to confession?
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. If we're going to go to confession, I got to rinse out my hot pink tights. Hot pink tights? Hello? Oh, I'm sorry. My father isn't here. Can I take a message? Okay. Connie, can you write this down? Okay, go ahead. All right. Dad is supposed to bring all of his insurance forms with him today. And he's not supposed to eat any solid food 8 hours before his surgery. Okay. Got that? Yeah. Okay, we got it. You're welcome. Bye-bye. Surgery?
So 8-hour warning of no solids, probably a little late at this point, but anyway, I want to refer back to the earlier scene where he was talking about how, as a teacher, if your students get anything on you, you know, you're done for. And that's kind of true. I think I've shared in a previous life, I taught high school English. And again, keep in mind, this was 20 years ago. So I don't know if it's still like that now. But in 2005, your students wanted to learn everything they could about you. I was on a date at a movie theater, and I thought I was far enough away from the town I taught in, it was fine. I was not. And my junior English students, there was a group of them, came up. One of them came up and like introduced herself to my date, and you could just tell it made their day to have found out this little bit of personal information, which it wasn't scandalous. It was just, you know, me and a female friend going to the movies, but they were all over it. They were very excited about it. So it is true. They do want to learn anything they can. I absolutely agree with Graham here. I would not want my high school students to know I was having hemorrhoid surgery as well.
I don't like this bed.
Why? What's wrong with it?
It's in a hospital.
Mr. Lovett! You left admissions without signing your S/47YP.
What a shame. What's this form for?
Just the usual. It says you won't sue the hospital if something unforeseen should happen.
What could happen?
You could die.
Graham, we cannot leave.
Mrs. Lovick?
Oh, good morning, doctor.
Well, Mr. Lovick, I see you didn't weasel out of this.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get you prepped and ready for surgery in about an hour. Oh, students, this is Mr. Lovick, who's here for a radical yo-yo-ectomy. Questions?
So the nurse, Patricia Darbo, if you were watching sitcoms at this time, she was going to be on Step by Step in about 3 years. She is still acting, has been acting for decades. A lot of like one-off appearances She was only in one season of Step by Step, which I think was a real shame for that show. She most recently appeared, not acting, but she was on Keenan and Lakin Give You Deja Vu podcast. So Stacey Keenan and Christine Lakin have a kind of like a rewatch podcast of Step by Step, and she was on that, which was fun. I've always really liked her. I think she's a great actress. Now, I feel I should also mention this. It's not necessarily connected. It's Patrika Darbo, and that's it. But Just the 10 of Us, obviously, there's a lot of horror overlap. Patrika Darbo was also in the horror movie Hatchet in 2006. No other connection, Just the 10 of Us, but I think it's a fun thing to mention. If you like horror, I definitely recommend you check it out. She has one of the most wild death scenes I've ever seen in a horror movie.
They said Dad was in room 416.
Well, maybe that's another Graham Lubbock.
Excuse me, is there a Graham T. Lubbock in that room?
I don't know his name. All I know is he yells a lot.
Get that thing away from me!
Daddy!
My sympathies.
You're squeezing too tight. You're squeezing too tight. And you, get a real job.
Graham, I'm just not comfortable lying to the kids about all this.
Elizabeth, if parents can't lie to their kids every once in a while, they don't deserve to be parents.
All right, honey, please, just relax. Now, you're facing surgery.
Facing isn't quite right.
Did you hear that? I don't want to know about any of this. Why can't I just be dumb? I wish I was as ignorant as Cindy.
Calm down, this probably isn't serious at all.
And then why did he tell us he was flying to San Francisco on a bus with smelly seats?
I don't know.
And why did he tell us not to let Mom remarry? Maybe it is serious. Hey, let's not panic.
Boy, what a grouch that guy is.
Yeah, well, he won't be around after tonight.
All right, so we get every classic sitcom misunderstanding all rolled up into one. I love it. It's almost Shakespearean. Connie is great in this scene. She has such excellent delivery consistently. Which is like, I wish I was as ignorant as Cindy. And then a beat later, just, nah. It's great. I also always like, truthfully, Julianne Willett plays well off of anyone. I love watching her and Marie kind of team up, and they sort of amp each other up in this misunderstanding. Never mind of which, hopefully, no orderly and nurse would be so snide as to say, like, oh, he's going to die soon. But that's what the misunderstanding hinges upon.
Won't be around? What does that mean?
Honey, now you be my big, strong coach, and I'll get you some ice cream when this is all over.
Make it a beer.
Hey, Connie, what are you doing here?
Mom, you don't have to pretend with us. We know Dad didn't go to a teacher's conference.
Yeah, we know he's here for an operation.
Shh. Who told you?
The hospital called right after you left.
Oh, I knew we couldn't keep this quiet.
Mom, we've got to know. Is Dad gonna... is he all...
Oh, no, he's just here for a minor little operation.
Where is the operation?
Upstairs.
Oh, what are they operating on?
Oh, well, he'd rather I didn't say, but trust me, everything's gonna be just fine.
Really?
Really. Now, come on, I want you to go on home. Dad doesn't want anyone to know he's here.
But it isn't serious.
Please. Trust me.
Okay, Mom. Aren't you coming with us?
Oh, no. I'm gonna go down the hallway to pray in the chapel. Oh, no, I'm not praying about your dad. You know me, I get near a church and I get itchy knees. I'll see you at home. Okay?
What a relief.
Oh, yeah.
I feel better.
I feel much better.
Mia said it.
Oh, yeah.
She's lying. I give the word, you jump out of the bushes and scare the living daylights out of my sisters.
Great. I love sophisticated humor.
Really? Come on. Why did Mom lie? Why? Lying is a sin.
Why are we supposed to keep this quiet?
Oh, I understand that. The kids would go nuts if they knew Dad was in the hospital about to go under the knife.
Marie, remember when we were little kids and Mom told us that Grandpa was going on a trip to Arizona?
But he was really going into the hospital because he was very sick.
And we never saw him again? Dad's dying!
believe this.
Me either. We're going to Arizona this summer.
All right, so we have the recurring friend who has shown up. I know he was in the episode where JR told everyone that Graham was, a serial killer. This whole turn of events hinges upon misunderstanding. Marie and Connie, I don't feel like would catastrophize quite so severely. But at the same time, I guess if you're already wondering and a little doubtful, things could get away from you pretty quickly. And maybe that's what we're witnessing there. But yeah, they amp it up to tears really quickly.
Honey, we have to keep it together for the sake of the little kids. Sherry, JR,
Cindy.
Where the heck have you two been? I've been stuck with the babies and I have to change for confession.
Wendy, sit down.
I don't have time to sit thanks to you. I barely have enough time to touch up my eye makeup.
This is important.
Will you two just listen to yourselves? Do you actually think hanging out here and chewing the fat is more important than getting right with God? Well, not to this Catholic girl.
Wendy!
Let her go. Let her have her last happy afternoon.
Well, hurry up. We're going to be late for ice confession. Hi.
The mind of a child.
Simple, trusting, unable to grasp the concept that there is tragedy in the world.
And by their innocence, I'm able to remember my own.
Are you guys talking about me in front of my back?
I hope you brought an appetite.
Mother Hargus, I have to talk to you about something. I didn't know who else to talk to, but I knew I could get some solid, sensible advice from... You're wearing a fish mitt.
Yeah, I just fired up the old BBQ. Monsignor O'Sullivan's coming over for burgers.
Well, I need some guidance.
Can't this wait till Monday? I have counseling hours.
Just can't wait.
Okay. Shoot. What's on your mind?
Well, could you take the apron off?
All right. Okay. What's this big, important problem of yours?
My father's dying.
What? The coach?
Yes.
Oh, no. Of what?
I don't know. He's just having surgery this afternoon, and they don't expect him to survive.
Coach dying. I just saw him yesterday, and he looked so robust. Much younger than his years.
He's 39.
Really? I thought he was about 49. How can I help you?
I just don't know what to do. My mother wants me to keep his being in the hospital a secret, but I should tell my brothers and sisters, and I should phone my relatives in New York.
No. You do what your mom says, and don't give up hope. I'll pray for him.
Hargus, you burn those burgers and you'll burn in hell.
Maria, I believe you know Monsignor O'Sullivan.
All right, so let me first talk about Monsignor O'Sullivan, played by Bill Morey or Morey. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce his name, Morey. He passed away in 2003 at the age of 83. Just a few weeks shy of his 84th birthday. And if he looks familiar to you, other than just 10 of us, he was in Death Race 2000. He was in Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. He was on tons of sitcoms, including Full House and The Golden Palace, which also guest starred our own Brooke Theus in one episode. They were not in the same episode, but I thought that was kind of interesting. One thing I also thought was interesting was, at least for on-screen acting, he may have been a theater actor before, I'm not sure. He didn't seem to start acting until 1972, when he was already 53 years old. So I think that's kind of a interesting thing there. I can't help but just love the line about not understanding how old Coach was. Obviously, not having hair ages someone pretty significantly. I mean, I can certainly relate to that. I also think when somebody's in a dad role, the age doesn't always seem to make a lot of sense. I don't know. When I look back at sitcoms, sometimes the ages people are, it doesn't really compute. I know in the comments, a few people have done this, and I always appreciate the math. If he's 39, we know Marie is 17. So that means he had her when he was like 21, 22, somewhere around there, which likely would have been when he was in college. I really wish we'd gotten a little more about his and Elizabeth's courtship, early marriage, just through some stories, and we might have if the show had continued. But anyway. Great scene with Marie and Father Hargus. Marie, like I kind of expect Connie to be a little more sensible. We know Marie gets a little carried away at times, so her immediately escalating to this level of concern 100% tracks with her character.
We should have just canceled the ice skating by phone.
No, it's better to offer our condolences in person.
Coach Lubbock on his deathbed. Just yesterday morning, he told me I was a no-good bum with no future.
Poor Cindy and Wendy. You know, there is nothing on earth sadder than a sad babe with a sexy bod.
Hi! It's here! Oh, are those for us? Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, where are your skates?
We didn't bring them.
Well, we are going ice skating, aren't we?
I just thought at a time like this, you wouldn't want to skate. What with your dad, you know.
Oh, guys, this is the perfect time. Dad's out of the way, and we can party. At last.
What, your dad's on his deathbed and you want to go skating? You chicks are cold.
Wait a second. What did you just say? We're cold?
All right, full disclosure, I have no idea who is Todd and who is Skip. I think Todd might be the one with the red. Regardless, I do know that Todd, played by Christian Jacobs, and his IMDb is pretty wild. Maybe not wild, just not what I would have expected. He's the voice of Plex on Yo Gabba Gabba. I'll fully admit I'm not even entirely sure what that means. That is a show I have never watched. But he also was on the pilot of Just the Ten of Us, I think maybe as the Glee Club leader. He was also in one episode of Out of This World, which was a sitcom in the mid-'80s. So, the more you know.
Hi, honey. Oh, you look great.
Excuse me if I don't get up.
So, how you feeling?
Pretty much the way I did on our wedding night.
Huh?
You know, numb from the waist down.
Well, I know you're feeling better. You're making bad jokes again.
Oh, I feel fine. You know, Elizabeth, I should have got this surgery out of the way years ago. I'm sorry I kept letting you talk me out of it.
Oh, what a fool I've been.
I'll tell you something else you were wrong about. You didn't think we could pull this off without anybody else finding out about it.
Mr. Lubbock, excuse me.
What's happening, Minnie?
There are some people out here who are very anxious to see you.
People? What people?
I'll handle this, Graham.
You're choking me! Elizabeth, what the hell is this?
See, I have no idea.
It's okay, Daddy, we know.
Know what?
Oh, all right, now, girls, this is very touching, but aren't you overreacting?
Cut the waterworks. This is not a funeral.
Forgive us, Daddy.
For what?
Cindy and I were going to sneak out of the house and violate our grounding and go ice skating with two boys.
What?
Wait, there's more. This is the third time this month we've snuck out. And I just feel so awful sneaking around behind your back when you're lying on your deathbed.
Wait a minute, girls, your father is not...
No. Don't interrupt them.
Wait till you hear we pulled off New Year's Eve.
What the hell is that?
St. Augie Glee Club, Dad. It's a tribute to the late, great Coach Lubbock.
What?
Oh, beautiful! They're holding candles and serenading you.
Tell them to stop it. Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh. Hey, you guys down there, put out those stinking candles.
It's him.
Father Hargus, you're here too?
Most Reverend Monsignor Sean O'Sullivan.
Monsignor?
Oh, Lord.
No, just Monsignor. Sorry about this outfit, Mr. Lubbock, but I just got the news at Father Harkis's BBQ. I'm here to offer the comfort of the last rites of the Roman Catholic Church.
Last rites? Elizabeth, is there something you're not telling me?
Daddy doesn't know he's dying. What have I done?
You're one brave hombre.
Father, Monsignor, everyone, please, your father is not dying.
Why not? You're not?
No, I'm not.
Are you sure I'm not?
Honey, I'm sure.
Then why are you here?
Well, I'll tell you why I'm here. Let's just say I'm dying and leave it at that. Okay, all right. Ooh. All right, I'll tell you why I'm here. I think you're gonna get a real kick out of this.
What? You are so lame. Way to go, Marie.
Me, what about you?
And for this, we missed the ice skating.
I'm gonna get you for this one, Marie.
I guess you just had me offering the last rites to a hemorrhoid.
That scene is great without context or commentary. One of the best lines is, "You just had me offering last rites to a hemorrhoid." That is a fantastic line. Also, while we were watching, I went ahead and Googled Christian Jacobs really quickly. I should have already done this. I think I've shared. I can't see faces. So this is him. So I think I was wrong. I think maybe one of you who can actually tell what people look like. Face blindness, I'm shockingly bad at it. But I think it was the other guy. Now I'm not even sure. So one of them was Skip, and that's what he looks like now. And he's on Yo Gabba Gabba. Okay, let's finish the show.
Stop it, Melissa. I'm not gonna change your stinking diaper. Harv, don't stare at me with spinach in your hair. That is spinach, isn't it?
Be careful now, honey.
I'm just saying that my days as an effective educator are behind me now.
Did you say behind, Dad?
I rest my case.
How was San Francisco, Daddy?
Oh, at least one of my children believed me. It was terrific. Thank you, honey.
You must be tired from your trip. Here's your paper. Relax and enjoy it.
See? That's what being a daughter is all about.
Your obituary's on page 7. It was fascinating reading.
All right, this was a really fun episode. I love, again, these 12th night comedy of error type situations. Always a lot of fun. Our next episode is the Christmas episode, which I reacted to at Christmas, but that reaction was a little different. It was more just, hey, let's watch this because it's Christmas. This time I'll kind of dig into the characters like I have been. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, especially if you watched it live. Thank you for spending some Friday night time with me. And I will see you next week. Have a great one.